Hi, my name is Molly Benson, and I am the regional rep for Region 5 in Iowa. I have been asked to provide information on a subject that seems to be pretty prevalent as far as new homeschoolers. The question is, am I providing enough for my child? And am I giving enough of what they're going to need to succeed in blah, blah, blah grade? The real question is, how do I know that I can do this so that my child will succeed? Let me give you a little background before I start in on answering that question. I am a homeschool mom and have been homeschooling since the 80s. All of my children have graduated from college and are successful in the fields that they've studied. I have an education degree from Drake University. I'm a supervising teacher for this area. I am also a piano teacher, so I am well aware of how to teach one-on-one, which is basically what homeschooling is about. The first thing you need to know is your child. How do they best learn? Are they auditory? In other words, do they learn by listening? Or do they learn best by doing things by themselves? The glory of homeschooling is that you can teach according to your child's learning style, and help them to learn in the way that they are geared to learn. Know this, Mom. You've got this. Why do I know that? Because you asked that question. You know your child more, and you love your child more than any public school teacher does. And because you've asked that question, you've already overcome the first hurdle. Because you have a great desire to have your child succeed, you have the biggest factor in your favor. What should you teach? Well, obviously you're going to cover the basics, reading, math, and writing. For the elementary age child, history and science is best taught by reading books from the library. Picture books. Have your child, once they're learning to read biographies from the library. Whatever they're interested in, there is a ton of information. Use videos if you need to. They have marvelous American history videos out there. Whatever that they need, they will absorb, because that's the way your mind works. It's like your child's mind is like a sponge. But above all, take time to read to them. That one-on-one time that you spend with them is precious, and they will remember more because you took time out of your day to spend with them. They will absorb those moments of information more than they would by reading out of a dry textbook. Remember, too, that online is not the end-all program. Your child needs interaction with people, not with a screen. Spending time with them means to talk to them. Don't stand up and lecture them, but get involved in what they're learning. We always take away more when we are involved with others, more than just storing a bunch of dry facts. And don't be afraid to answer their questions. Maybe that's off topic, that's fine. That's what they're interested in learning at that time. Teach more than just the core subjects. It's about developing relationships and building character in your child, and who best to do that than the people they live with, because they watch everything you do. Well, that's a scary thought, isn't it? Teach them to love to learn and how to learn. And let me give you the best statement I always give new homeschoolers. No one person knows everything about everything. There you go. You don't need to know everything about everything. Learn with your child. Teach them where to find the information they need, and help them not be afraid to ask questions, because life is about learning all the time. Don't worry about gaps. Education is cyclical. Remember, we always have a review at the beginning of each year, and that's where we build our foundation for what will be coming in the year to follow. Don't try to imitate the school. You're not going to spend 6 hours a day with your child, unless you're having fun, of course, and then you could spend all day building forts or whatever else you're doing at that time. But remember, you're always learning and always teaching. Keep in mind their age, okay? Little kids aren't going to sit still for 3 hours at a time. Take breaks. Middle schoolers and high schoolers can learn to do more work independently. Focus on making this year the best year for your child and your family. If you decide to have them return to school next year, the school can handle it. Who knows? Maybe this year could be a positive life change for all concerned in your family, and you may decide that home is the best place to be. You are the one who decides what they learn, and you determine how they learn it. If you're looking for resources, I have a couple of books. Obviously, some of you are familiar with What Your Child Needs to Know in Whatever Grade by John Holdren and Ed Hirsch. There's also a resource out called What Your Child Needs to Know When, which is an excellent book by Robin Sampson. And it goes grade by grade, subject by subject, according to state standards and according to the Bible. So, good luck. You got this. Have fun. And above all, love your kids. Thanks.